Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. So we will begin. We'll continue from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, and Text 16. Let me share the screen. Canto 2 is the cosmic manifestation. Chapter 3 is devotional service, the change in heart, and text 16. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Gunadhara Satam Syuhi Samagame Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Gunadhara Satam Syuhi Samagame Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Gunadhara Satam Syuhi Samagame. Please recite.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayana Urugaya Gunodara Shatam Surhi Samagame.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayana Urugaya Gunodhara Satam Surhi Samagame.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayana Urugaya Gunadhara Satam Shurhi Samagame. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else want to try?
Hare Krishna.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Gunodhara Satam Sayurihi Samagame.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayana Urugaya Gunodhara Satam Syuhir Samagame.
Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayana Urugaya Gunodhara Satam Suri Samagame. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Vyasakischa Bhagavan Vasudeva Parayanaha Urugaya Gunadhara Satam Siyahi Samagame.
Thank you. So we'll do the synonyms. Vyasakehi, the son of Vyasadeva. Cha, also Bhagavan, full in transcendental knowledge. Vasudeva, Lord Krishna. Parayana, attached to. Urugaya, of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, who is glorified by great philosophers. Guna Udaraha, great qualities. Satam, of the devotees. Syu, must have been. He, as a matter of fact. Samagame, by the presence of. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, was also full in transcendental knowledge and was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. So there must have been discussion of Lord Krishna, who is glorified by great philosophers and in the company of great devotees. Purport. The word satam is very important in this verse. Satam means the pure devotees who have no other desire than to serve the Lord. Only in the association of such devotees are the transcendental glories of Lord Krishna properly discussed. It is said by the Lord that his topics are all full of spiritual significance. And once one properly hears about him and the association of Satam, certainly one senses the great potency and so automatically attains to the devotional stage of life. As already described, Maharaj Parikshit was a great devotee of the Lord and from his very birth. And so was Sukadeva Goswami. Both of them were on the same level. Although it appeared that Maharaj Parikshit was a great king, accustomed to royal facilities, whereas Sukadeva Goswami was a typical renouncer of the world. So much so that he did not even put a cloth on his body. Superficially, Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami might seem to be opposites, but basically they are both unalloyed, pure devotees of the Lord. When such devotees are assembled together, there can be no topics save discussions of the glories of the Lord or Bhakti Yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita also, when there were talks between Lord and his devotee Arjuna, there could not be any topic other than Bhakti Yoga. However, mundane scholars may speculate on it in their own ways. The use of the word cha after Vaisakhi suggests, according to Srila Jiva Goswami, that both Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit were of the same category, settled long before, although one is playing the part of the master and the other the disciple. Since Lord Krishna is the center of the topics, the word Vasudeva Parayana or devotee of Vasudeva suggests devotees of the Lord Krishna, the common aim. Although there were many others who assembled at the place where Maharaj Parikshit was fasting, the natural conclusion is that there was no topic other than the glorification of Lord Krishna. Because the principal speaker was Sukadeva Goswami and the chief audience was Maharaj Parikshit. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, as it was spoken and heard by two principal devotees of the Lord, is only for the glorification of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Vishnu Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhisesa Sunyavadi Paschata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, was also full in transcendental knowledge and was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. So there must have been discussion of Lord Krishna, who is glorified by the great philosophers and in the company of great devotees. Hare Krishna. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and allowing me to speak this advanced subject matter. This particularly today's verse is not in simple. We are talking about the Paramahamsas, the great personalities. So I certainly seek blessings of assembled Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas. Please bless so I can meditate on this transcendental activities of pure devotees today. So, Sonak Rishi has very interesting question he's asking. He said the situation is, the great personalities, Paramhamsas, are gathered. He says there must have been some discussion. There must have been discussion of Lord Krishna, who is glorified by great philosophers and in the company of great devotees. These statements was given. So, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, Jai Bhaje Se Bada. The devotees who are engaged in devotional service of Lord Krishna are not an ordinary souls. They're great persons. And unfortunately, this world not recognizing their greatness, we treat as ordinarily. They are not ordinary devotees. They are not ordinary personalities. Devotees of the Lord are very special. So what happens, he says, there must have been a discussion of Lord Krishna, who is glorified by the great philosophers and in the company of great devotees. So whenever there's a great philosophers or great devotees gather, there's certainly manifestation of Lord Krishna's transcendental activities. That is the symptom. As in glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami or Sutta Goswami at the end on 12th canto, he describes this Srimad Bhagavatam is Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. This is very, very dear to Vaishnavas. Very dear to Vaishnavas. When we distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, we know that many times people hesitate. Oh, they think it's a burden. Such a big book we have to keep and so much of money. Who will read? But at the same time, we find some souls, they accept this is very enthusiastically. Very enthusiastically. They love it and they say, thank you for giving me this. Of course, number is very less. So because this Srimad Bhagavatam is very dear to Vaishnavas. It describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. But in this world, if you see, general population has a lot of time. Generally, it is mentioned that we are busy, life is very busy. But we can see time is taken in social media. The unlimited subject matter, it never ends. And on unlimited documentaries, you just mention of the subject, you will get it. Especially, people get question answers from Google and YouTube. And I don't know from the Facebook how much comes. Constantly comes this unlimited knowledge, unlimited stuff comes. But what did the Narad Muni explains? What is the use of such things, which does not help one to elevate oneself, or free oneself from the birth and death? All these conversations, all this and efforts which has been put is a simply useless labor if that does not take one to the platform of Supreme Personality of Godhead, transcendental platform. It's a place of pilgrimage for crows. He instructed Vyasdev that write something which can really, really help. So when we look into today's world, the knowledge which is given in libraries and social media, it's like a deep, dark ocean which can never end. And once you enter into, you find we will be hovering into it, but only will end up with frustration and moroseness. No solution to it. That's the reality, in spite of so much of knowledge not. Now, as Narad Muni explained that, okay, describe this literature, which is activities of the great personalities, or activities of where the glorification of the Supreme Lord, his transcendental name, fame, forms are glorified. Compile that, because that will bring revolution in the impious lives of this world. A world's misdirected civilization. By the name of religion, interesting, by the name of religion, same God, so much of opinions and so much of arguments and so much of wars happening. Srimad Bhagavatam was encouraged, Narad Muni encouraged Vyasdev to compile this pure scripture, which is what is Srimad Bhagavatam, is nothing but a conversation between the great persons, Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So why? Because pure devotees or transcendentalists, they do not derive pleasure in mundane subjects. They relish to hear about Krishna Katha. I have heard in the past also and recently also, devotees drive or fly for hours and hours to take association of the pure devotees. Why? Because they derive the pleasure in transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Monism, many times after frustration in this world, there's a philosophy of monism, basically which withdrawing from all subject matters, thinking they're false and this useless, But devotees are not like monists. Rather, they have all the subject matters to discuss, everything about Krishna. The unlimited subject matters on Krishna. On this subject, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when a reporter, I think a news editor or reporter met, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked, can he print the articles about Lord Krishna? So the editor or the news editor, he was surprised, how can you print? And he said that every day, daily. So he was surprised, how can you print daily? How much subject you can give? Where can you find all these things? But he was not aware that, the Lord is eternal. His activities are unlimited. And the unlimited resources can be provided. One day I was thinking, when in social media we see many times so many subject matters come. But I from my analysis, I think the highest number of documentary or videos will be there is from Hare Krishna, I'm thinking. Because throughout the world, all over the ISKCON, they are putting the posting. I don't know, but I'm just guessing, of course. It's not one organization. It's one organization with hundreds of branches, thousands of branches. So many people put on Krishna. It's just, we have to look into it. It's just when we go, what we are looking for it. That is the essence. The Paramahamsas, when they meet together, what subject matter comes? The subject matter comes on Krishna. As Lord Krishna explains, Machchita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tusyanta cha ramanti cha. My pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. But His Holiness Gaur Gobind Swami Maharaj, speaking, when a devotee speaks, what will come? And Krishna will come. It's like a vomiting. He gives this example, I'm sorry. When you vomit, what is there that's going to come out? So when devotees, association of devotees, what is there in their heart, it will come out. That is natural. And I was thinking, what comes when I meet with devotees? Do I discuss about Krishna? What do I discuss? Because their lives are fully devoted to my service, they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. That's Krishna's opinion. So when great personalities meet, other philosophers and devotees, they flock to that place to witness that association. So what comes out of the meeting, it depends on the consciousness of the people, the leaders, or the two people who are conversing. What is their consciousness? Is a political subject or it is devotional subject? So the purity of association depends on what manifests. When we meet together, what we discuss, that shows what is in our heart. When Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami met, Lord Krishna manifested in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. One day, one of our devotee asked His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, we have to be very careful what association we take. And there are a lot of conflicts in this world. So devotee asked, Maharaj, is it okay for me to meet so-and-so devotees? So Maharaj asked, it is a very interesting point. Yes, it is okay. It depends on, after that association, your appreciation for the Vaishnavas, your appreciation for your spiritual master, your appreciation for Krishna consciousness increases or diminishes or goes down. That depends on the association. So one should aspire for that association. Associating is not bad. Association, we take it. Sometimes it can be discrepancies, unnecessary subject matters, one can get into it. But at the end of the day, association is that with which one can get deep inspiration to render to devotional service, to hear more and more and more. So in this today's subject matter, let me share the screen with what Prabhupada is very nicely put it about Satam. He said the word Satam is very important. Satam means the pure devotees who have no other desire than to serve the Lord. We are very fortunate. We have this facility where we can take association of the pure devotees. Only in the association of such devotees are the transcendental glories of Lord Krishna properly discussed. When we come to this Sangha, feel nourished in our heart, get a lot of inspiration and strength to live our life, to deal with this material world. So it is said by the Lord, his topics are all full of spiritual significance, and once one properly hears about him in the association of Satam, certainly one senses the great potency and so automatically attains to the devotional stage of life. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in conversation with Ramananda Raya, there's so many things he proposed, how a person can attain perfection. And Ramananda Raya gave so many advanced way, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nailed it down. He said, no, hearing in the association of the devotees, that will help gradually to attain the devotional service. Kratu Prabhu, I was referring his book, Sadhu Sangh. He said, this association of devotee is not only essential at the beginning, rather it needs throughout our life. It's not like one says he's advanced, he doesn't need it. In advanced stage, as Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, they will relish. That's the subject matter, they will relish. So association is very much needed. In their association, Lord Krishna is manifest, certainly is going to manifest. Now Prabhupada mentions this, that in the previous verse, Maharaj Parikshit was described, that he was a great devotee. And in this verse, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioned as a great devotee. And contrast is that Maharaj Parikshit is an emperor, is full of all strength, he owned all over the world because he ruled it. And he's a rich and he has all the opulences of the world. But whereas Sukadeva Goswami, he is completely renounced, and it is said he did not even own a piece of clothes to cover his body. such a completely contrast. Now, when we go through the dress, which current generation mostly judges one based on one's dress, and it's still in India is still prominent, and many cultures have it, but especially in India is very prominent that a saintly person means one who is wearing only saffron clothes, renounced order. But from this, we can from the statements of Prabhupada, we can see that both of them were the same level. Although it appeared that Maharaj Parikshit was a great king accustomed to royal facilities, whereas Sukadeva Goswami was a typical renouncer of the world. So much so that he did not even put a cloth on his body. So both are in the same level. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Grihe Thakur, Bane Thakur, Sodaval Hari Thakur. Either your Grihe Thakur, Bane Thakur means it's not like you go to forest. Basically, you accept the renounced order, a brahmachari or vanprastha or sannyas, or whatever the situation you may be. Are you chanting? Are you engaged in loving devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? One has all the facilities and the other one may have no facilities. A grahastha can have, maybe busy with taking care of his family and working so hard, dealing with the world, however, at the end of the day, the grahastha is easy doing for satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's a history in I think Maharaj Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku, he did not wanted to take all this responsibility. He wanted to he preferred to take the path of renounced order. He has taken the renounced order, but there was need for the administration to become king. That time he was approached by Narad Muni. I think Narad Muni was also there. Lord Brahma was also there. So they approached, please come and take this responsibility of a king. Now that is what is devotional service, following the instructions of the Guru authorities is the devotional service. So Ikshaku came and took that responsibility. I'm sure it is Maharaj Ikshaku, as far as I remember. So for the satisfaction of the Lord, he entered into the Grihastha ashram. That is the perfection of life, is whatever we do, whether we should do for the pleasure of the Lord. That shows the consciousness and the greatness of the personality. Is not the external dress. Is Prabhupada writes here, both Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj on the same level. And I see that big this issue is still on all over the world. People get confused. Who is sadhu and who is asadhu? When a devotee, a new devotee, of course, asked Prabhupada, when Prabhupada was in India, I think in Bombay, he said, Swamiji, in our country, we have so many temples all over the world, all over the country. Wherever you walk, you get temples. And we have so many sadhus. We have temples, we have so many sadhus. Then how come we have so much a problem? So Prabhupada gave a very interesting answer. He said that, because we fail to understand who is sadhu and who is asadhu, we don't know. We don't study, we don't know what are their symptoms, how do they speak, how they're supposed to talk, what is their behavior, what is their engagement should be. So we get confused with that. We don't know what is who is sadhu and who is asadhu, not a sadhu. So this knowledge is very much important, that whose association we should be taking. By hearing Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj meeting, devotees or transcendentalists from all over the world gathered to hear about this. They knew that certainly some important subject matter is going to come. It was subject matter of Lord Krishna. So we cannot judge. Many times there's a devotees also say, yeah, Parikshit Maharaj, he committed sin. For that he's suffering. He was cursed to be beaten by the Takshak. But not in the eyes of Lord Krishna or Srila Prabhupada. We know his from his birth that great qualities he has, his amazing qualities. We never heard about it like this. He has qualities of all great personality. He has been compared with even Lord Ramchandra in many of his activities. Such a person is Parikshit Maharaj, even though lived as a grahastha. So we cannot judge based on one's ashram or based on one's dress. There's another incident in Lord Chaitanya's pastime also. When I don't know who they went, but let me share. Maybe Vishnugata Prabhu can tell me here. Mukunda and Gadadhar Pandit, they went to see a person. Mukunda took Gadadhar Pandit. I don't know who is that. Is Pundrik Vidyanidhi? Who is that? I have no idea. I forgot the person. So when they went, Gadadhar Pandit found him that he looks like such a materialistic person. He was sitting like a very opulent dress. In all his fingers as a golden rings embedded with very valuable jewels. He said that whom I'm meeting, such a materialistic person. Why did he bring to me here? He was feeling in his heart. So why did I come? Why is bringing me to meet with this? But as soon as Mukunda mentioned about Lord Krishna's, immediately, I think is Pundrik Vidyanidhi. I forgot who is actually. So immediately, he manifested his ecstasis, transcendental ecstasy. He rolled on the ground by hearing this. So one cannot really, it's very hard to decide from the dress or ashrama. This couple of examples. Rather we learn about the saints, great personalities from their activities. So here, Prabhupada stressed this point. That's why I want to share. So what did happen? What is the result of outcome of this? When the great personalities meet, the Lord Krishna subject matter certainly comes. That itself is purifying and to this world. That itself is beneficial to this world. In this age and time, the lot of conflicts within and without, so many opinions happening within our society and outside of the society also. There is no peace. However, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is conversation among the devotees, can bring solution to this problem. We need more and more these kathas, these narrations of Srimad Bhagavatam in all phases of life, in everywhere. And how we do, I don't know. But the more we do, all part of the world, people will be benefited. Unfortunately, without referring the authorities, the thoughts of pure devotees, people give their own speculative speculations. And because of that, it's misguided. Because of misguided society, there's always quarrel and fight and war all over the world. So here, the sages of Naimisaranya are very much enthusiastic again and again. They say, oh, they heard it, what Sukadeva Goswami said, what Sutta Goswami said. They want to know what. Tell me what else has been spoken. So in our society, Prabhupada has made this sanghas so that there's a continuous narrations of transcendental activities of the Lord can happen every day, everywhere. That will help the members of the society to progress more and more. And my appreciation after reading all these things, my appreciation of the pure devotees is also increasing. Many times we think they're ordinary people. No, because pure devotees, when they meet, they talk only about Krishna. And how to help, how to serve the suffering mankind. And the relish, by discussing about Krishna, the relish transcendental pleasure. Machchita Madgata Pranam Bodhayantra Parasparam Kathayantra Samam Nityam Tusyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. It gives very deep satisfaction to their heart. On the other hand, materialistic people, we don't know a taste for hearing about Krishna. But somehow or other we have to start. Eventually, as they hear, that taste will come. It won't come overnight. So with this, I would like to take pause here. Any corrections? I would like to also, I didn't find out who the person. Vishnugada Prabhu, if you would like to share the devotee from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
It's Pundarik Vidyanidhi, you're correct, yes.
I did. Okay, thank you. So any comments, corrections, additions to this? How my question would be, how this this platform can be given more and more to discuss on these activities of the Lord. How can we increase a very practical way in the society? That I'm looking for. Any comments, suggestions, corrections? No questions also? Maybe I can share it one more thing. I was meditating on when I meet with devotees, it's a fact. When I meet with the devotees, many times I talk about preaching and I talk about administration. It's related to Lord Krishna, but I can see that, why my heart doesn't speak directly on Lord Krishna's activities. And I see many devotees, they speak about Krishna's activities also very nicely, very advanced, when they meditate on, or even if they cannot meditate, at least speak about Lord Krishna's activities. That's a very beautiful gesture. And, without speaking any other subject, we spend time to remember the gopis in the Vrindavan. Also same thing. When Krishna and Balaram, they go for the herding the cows, whole day, gopis, they will be engaged in their activities, day-to-day activities, but at the same time, they will be remembering Krishna and talking about Krishna. And Krishna did this, Krishna did that. All these things is being described, or conversation happens between the gopis. So that is our Sangha Krishna consciousness movement. Is a prime subject is to glorify in our life constantly, and especially in the association of the devotees. So if we don't have anything, can we stop it here? It's 8:33. Okay. Hare Krishna. Next, I'm taking this opportunity. Next Sunday, we have Rath Yatra here, a preaching program with Halloween parade. If you would like to join, we'll be very happy. Hare Krishna. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare.
Thank you very much.
So where the Mata is stopping, right? I want to see who is the host. They have to stop.
Yeah, I'm still here, Prabhu. I will turn it off. I'll end the call.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.